Horrifying scenes below 4th of July fireworks, a deadly holiday in Louisville.
Water was coming on to it, started flipping, and then all of a sudden went and just flipped over.
9 lives changed forever as a pontoon boat ride on the Ohio River near the waterfront takes a turn for the absolute worst. 2 dead, one of them a teenager. The search intensifies for those still missing. On the other side of town, fun with fireworks has 2 adults fighting for their lives. Meanwhile, gunfire in the city kills 2 more. Wave 3 News at 6 starts right now.
Expect more right now. You're watching Wave 3 News.
An absolute tragedy on what should have been a fun holiday celebration on the water. As families cheered for fireworks on the waterfront, not even a mile away, a large group on a rented pontoon boat hits a barge and overturns, killing at least 2 on board. And thanks for joining us on this very busy Sunday. I'm Myra Ansari. We start tonight with an update to that breaking news that we brought you at 11 last night. Just in the last couple of hours, we've learned more about who was on that boat and how it happened. Our team coverage starts with Wave 3 News reporter Kayla Vanover, who has been following the story since it all broke. And Kayla, you just spoke with the fire chief. What did he say?
Well, this search and rescue has now changed to a search and recovery as fire officials say there are still 3 people unaccounted for. We spoke to family today who says Joyce Wright, her boyfriend Darnell, and Darnell's daughter are still missing. Last night, search and crews, they recovered 2 bodies, one on the Kentucky shore, the other on the Indiana side. And family members tell us that the 2 found dead are a father and his 14-year-old son. There is speculation that the boat got caught between the barge and the current, and that is what caused it to capsize. Today, crews did get next to the construction barge where the 20-foot pontoon was found. They were able to pull away driftwood and debris, hoping to recover more bodies, but this was unsuccessful.
As far as the river conditions, the rain that we've had and the water level as high as it is, and because we have to release that water, the dam is at full bore, so we're seeing some pretty treacherous current. Even the rescue boats that we have on the river are having some challenges.
And the sound that you're hearing now is the Civil Air Patrol. They are searching down on top of the water looking for more bodies. We're told LMPD is now going to take over this recovery effort. And a portion of this boat was found last night downstream near New Albany, and officials say they could find even more miles down the stream. And today's search is expected to end at 8 o'clock tonight. And you can hear more from family and friends tonight at 11 who are still hopeful that their loved ones will be found. Reporting live at the waterfront, Kayla Vanover, Wave 3 News.
Thank you, Kayla. And Wave 3 News reporter Julian Glover was there as crews returned this morning and relaunched that search. He caught up with some friends of the victims, hoping to see their loved ones again soon.
Out on the Ohio River, recovery and rescue boats spent much of the morning searching for the missing, fighting those same heavy currents that swept the pontoon under Saturday night. Here on the banks of Ohio River, family, friends gathered, just praying that their loved ones return home safely. Leads were dry as search crews re-entered the water just hours after the search was called off. The current was too strong, too dangerous to send in dive teams, so crews searched by boat, by air using high-tech drones, and by land using tried and true bloodhounds.
So we think with as fast as the river's moving, there's a possibility that someone could be, fairly good distance downriver.
Rescuers were spread thin, covering miles of water. But they spent time circling the area that was too dark to see under the night sky, the place where they believe the boat crashed, on a work barge under the construction zone on the Indiana side of the new downtown crossing bridge.
See it right there by the post?
This video released by the Louisville Fire Department shows the moment family fun turns fatal. You can see a navigation light edging closer and closer to a work barge, eventually disappearing. That's when the pontoon strikes the barge, overturns, and sends all 9 people into the water. Moments later, 4 people crawl onto the barge. The 1 adult and 3 children were later rescued Saturday night and rushed to the hospital. Back on land, emotion runs deep as friends and family pray for a safe return.
Just don't believe that this is happening, and I believe Joyce is still out there because she's a fighter. She's not gonna just go like this.
Close friends identify one of the missing as Joyce Wright and say she was out on the boat with her boyfriend and their kids.
God is the most powerful thing in the world. And He is so strong, and she is so strong, and I believe that God is going to help her.
Joyce Wright, known as a woman of faith, now friends are hoping that faith brings her home. Reporting alongside the banks of the Ohio River, Julian Glover, Wave 3 News.
And the pontoon boat was a rental from Derbyville Water Rentals. The owner there said that they had no comment on the situation since the boat hit a staging barge for the downtown crossing portion of the Ohio River Bridges project Saturday night. Walsh Construction and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet released a statement saying that they are working closely with the Louisville Fire and other agencies during the search process and continuing the investigation, and that their deepest sympathy extends to everyone involved in this difficult situation. And to recap, 2 people are dead, 1 is a teenager, 3 are still missing, and 4 are hospitalized. 3 of those are children. Their pontoon capsized, getting pinned under a barge near construction for the new bridge. For updates on this story, make sure to download the Wave 3 News app. We'll send alerts as any breaking developments happen on this story. You can also view all the information that we have right now on wave3.com. Another devastating 4th of July incident. 2 people seriously injured after using illegal fireworks. The Okolona Fire Marshal says that 2 adults were taken to the hospital after lighting off those fireworks in the 9100 block of Maiden Place. A man and a woman suffered major burns. The woman also suffered from inhalation injuries and is not expected to survive. The man is in critical condition. Authorities believe that they were setting off a mortar-type firework, which is illegal in the metro. New tonight, Louisville man is behind bars after admitting to killing his wife. 73-year-old Charles Shoulders was arrested last night. Police responded to the home in the 900 block of South 40th Street shortly after 8 o'clock. According to an arrest report, Shoulders called 911 and told the dispatcher that he shot his wife and believed that she was dead. The coroner has not released her name. Shoulders is also charged with criminal mischief. Police say that he broke a table mounted to a wall in police custody. And we're also learning new information about another 4th of July homicide. Police believe that 28-year-old Tyron Jones was shot in the Beecher Terrace housing complex off South 12th Street in Louisville. He showed up to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. No arrests have been made in this case. And all around a very busy night for LMPD. A total of at least 7 people were shot. First, those homicides, one at Beecher Terrace, then on South 40th Street. Around 9 o'clock, an 18-year-old was shot on North 38th Street. Another shooting early this morning on West Broadway sent 4 people to the hospital. They were expected to survive. All were women between the ages of 13 and 40. It was near the nightclub Legends. Well, we know arson is illegal, but what if it's your own home? The interesting surprise for one Kentucky man. Plus, the woman arrested in this stolen bucket truck police chased Friday is now facing an even more serious charge.
Well, stubborn clouds around the area today are about to thin out. That means something that we haven't experienced since June 25th is about to take place tomorrow. Details on a changeable forecast next.
The Lexington woman arrested Friday in a wild police chase involving a stolen bucket truck is now facing a murder charge. Police found a man dead inside a home while on a welfare check. They later arrested Vanessa Napier. She's charged with murder and tampering with evidence. Napier was already in custody at the Fayette County Detention Center after leading police on a high-speed chase in that stolen truck. An out-of-towner dies in a Shelby County crash. We now know that 52-year-old Jacqueline Shropshire died in a crash on LaGrange Road in Shelby County Friday. The wreck shut down both lanes of the road for about an hour. Well, firefighters responded to a fire not to find the property owner did it on purpose. The Scott County, Kentucky man was surprised to find out it's illegal to set your own home on fire, even if you own it. The house was abandoned and the owner told authorities that he just wanted to get rid of it. The fire chief says that there were leaves, trees, and brush that are okay to burn, but things like homes are not, and you can face serious fines from the EPA. Well, the look on this man's face screams winner, but it's what happens in the next second of the video that has him changing his tune. Poor guy.
Ooh, interesting tease there. Hey, we're talking about showers and thunderstorms not too far away from us. Looks like they're going to impact our new week ahead. Details on that in a few moments. But first, here's the latest look at your Kentucky Lottery jackpots. The next Mega Millions is at $96 million. The Powerball is at $40 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education.
Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team's forecast is sponsored by the Kentucky Lottery, fueling imagination, funding education.
Richard Breen, once again named one of the best lawyers in Louisville by Louisville Magazine. When Richard says getting the right lawyer makes a difference, that's not a slogan, that's a fact. Richard's clients also agree.
He is a wonderful attorney, and not only is he a good attorney, he is a nice person.
Helping injured people, that's what we do. Give us a call.
I don't know without God above and without Rich and his staff that I would have made it.
To see the light come to the source, Brecker's Lighting, our bright ideas will illuminate and help you make your home look great. We do it right with light, of course. To see the light come to the source, Brecker's Lighting.
As I look out today, I'm moved by your hope for a bright future. A future where student debt crushes your dreams and where you move back home, share a bathroom with your younger sister. In short, good luck. You'll need it.
At Fifth Third Bank, we were curious. Could we help grads find the jobs they want? That's why we're giving away $1 million in job search training. Enter at 53.com/brandofview. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
At Longhorn, what's in season doesn't last. We make sure of that. Introducing Longhorn's new grilled tastes of summer. The smoky garlic outlaw ribeye, the hickory salt-crusted New York strip, or our grilled citrus salmon. All with garden fresh hand-chopped salad. Tonight, only at Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak. And for lunch, try our new Tavern Steak Sandwich or get any of our Steakhouse lunch combos starting at $7.
Well, here's a lesson that every second counts. It was a photo finish at Atlanta's Peachtree Road race yesterday, but the man holding up his hand in celebration right there was not the winner. As the top two runners approached the finish line, Ben Payne looked back, then put a finger up in the air. He thought he was coming in first, but at the last second, Scott Overall passed him.
I noticed at the corner of my eye he had his arm up celebrating just before he got to the line, and we were told in the athlete meeting yesterday that the first time in Matt was the official finish line, so that's what I was aiming for.
Oh man, well, it was a unique race all around. Organizers stopped the race for a time due to lightning, and the award ceremony was canceled because of bad weather. And we've had our share of bad weather the last couple of days, but this weekend we finally got a break. What's your work week look like? Let's check in with meteorologist Brian Good in for Ryan tonight. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Myra. Good to see you. And yeah, Ryan's not feeling too well here this afternoon, so we'll let him stay asleep and get some medicine. Hopefully you'll see him again here coming up this week. Now for tonight, yeah, we've had some clouds around most of the day today. A lot of you were like, man, where's that sun at? We were hoping for a bright sunny day. Well, this is the reason why. This area of low pressure got stuck here in southeast Kentucky, and the cloud shield was pretty expansive. It already extended all the way to I-65 for a while toward the late morning time frame, midday, and it took a while. It's now starting to thin out, but enough cloud cover drifted over us to kind of keep us on the cloudy side of things, even though this low is heading out of the way. So kind of bad timing there on that. But you can see how the clouds have really thinned out in the past couple of hours, allowing for a mainly clear sky tonight. Most of the rain's been to our east. We've had a few showers, even a few rumbles of thunder over Greene County near Greensburg, but that is now beginning to fade away as well. Outside, as you saw there in our distance, you see the Kentucky One SkyTrack camera showing that hazy sky. These clouds are just a few cumulus clouds. It's the upper deck that is causing that haze in the sky overhead. We really have very few clouds in lower levels at the moment, but it's that haze that'll fade away later tonight, and we could actually see some fog develop toward sunrise. 81 degrees right now in Louisville because the clouds, we didn't really make it into the upper 80s today. That's what we were hoping for, and we didn't get there. 81 was the high temperature so far. We can still climb a couple degrees, by the way. 89 is where we should be for this time of the year. And we've had a lot of rain as of late. You know, our monthly totals here, the past couple of weeks, we had a surge of rain toward the end of June, saw a break for a couple days, and then we picked back up in quite a bit of rainfall. It'll start off here for the month of July. And when you look at the July stats, so far this month, we picked up a little more than 2.5 inches of rain. Now, normally for the entire month, we would end up with about 4.23. So we're more than halfway there already, and it's only the 5th of July. And the wettest ever, 16. And almost 16.5 inches of rain back in 1865. I don't think we're going to get that highly, so I hope we don't. But it gives you an idea of how unusual it is to see this wet pattern so early in the month. And looking ahead, this model is not working correctly, but we do have at least a chance for more than an inch of rain, if not close to 2 inches coming our way with our next system that's going to be arriving here by Tuesday. Let me show you how this is all going to play out. First off, later tonight, we'll get that fog to develop. See these areas of gray? That is fog developing in the valley areas. So use some extra caution if you're heading out to work right before sunrise tomorrow. Tomorrow itself, we have a good chance to hit 90 degrees. First time we've hit 90 actually since the 25th of June, and I think here in the city we'll do it. Most of us in outlying areas may not get there. But as we head into late Monday night into early Tuesday morning, we'll have 2 rounds of thunderstorms to face here as we head into Tuesday. The first round arrives morning into about midday, and this is important because if this fades away quick enough, we'll get the second round. If we stay cloudy all morning, we may not get that second round, but that second round could be rather mean. I'm talking about some gusty winds, maybe some severe weather warnings to contend with for Tuesday. We'll keep an eye on it. We've got plenty of time here. All right, overnight tonight, 66 degrees. Some clearing already taking place. That fog will be developing later on tonight. Then as we head into the new week ahead here, 90 degrees, very small chance for a thunderstorm. Don't see that being a big deal for tomorrow. And then for the week ahead, we'll keep an eye on the storms on Tuesday. And then it looks like toward next weekend, daily chances to hit 90 with only a few storms around. So, yep, that July heat coming back.
Oh, yeah, it is back.
You got it.
All right, thanks so much, Brian.
Sure.
Well, next in sports, it was a strange sight down in Orlando as the Harrison twins played against each other for the first time. We'll have highlights when we come back.
It's a matchup that I'm sure has happened thousands of times in their backyard, but we got to see it for the first time in the NBA Summer League. I'm talking about Aaron Harrison versus his twin brother Andrew. Both had great games. Andrew plays for Memphis with former guard Russ Smith, who hits him with a sweet pass, and Andrew converts. He finished with 9 points and 6 boards. Aaron came up big in the second half, sparking a 20-2 fourth quarter run for the Hornets. He finished with 16, but Russ closes the deal with the and one. He scored 14. Grizzlies win 79-75. After the game, the Twins talked about playing against each other.
And the bucket. Ridiculous. It was pretty different. You know, just playing against a guy that you've been playing against your whole life. It was pretty fun, actually. I mean, it's different. We both have like chips on our shoulders. Want to be one of the best players in the league. So we're pushing each other, but at the same time, we're not together. So we just have to be self-motivated, and we're just praying for each other and hoping each other the best.
Card Center Shinanu Anuaku and Team USA taking on Croatia in the U19 championships in Greece. First half, Anuaku rebounds the miss and puts it in. USA led 34-31 at the break. Skip to the end of regulation. Croatia's Luka Bozic with a chance to put his team up 1 with 4 seconds left at the free throw line, but he misses it, and we head to overtime tied at 67. In the OT, Team USA puts it away. Anuaku with 2 of his 6 points and 7 boards. Team USA wins 79-71 to win their second straight U19 title. Later tonight, the U.S. women's soccer team looks to capture its second World Cup when they take on Japan. Record-wise, Team USA owns Japan, only losing to them once in 31 meetings. However, Japan did beat Team USA in the 2011 World Cup. The Americans say what happened in the past has no effect on what will happen tonight.
I can't reflect too much on 2011. I have tremendous respect for Japan and what they are today, not just what they've accomplished in the past.
Here locally, Louisville City FC scored a huge win last night at Louisville Slugger Field over Richmond. City came into the game 3 points behind the Kickers, but were able to earn a 3-0 win over Richmond. The victory put City in 3rd place in the conference standings, just 2 points behind 2nd place Charleston. Last month, we told you how your charitable contributions helped 12-year-old football player Bryce Yates make it to Florida for the NPFA All-American Youth Camp for the top 100 football players at his age nationally. Well, he got there, showed up, and showed out as he was named MVP of the game, picked off 2 passes, and scored a touchdown catch. Him and his dad are very grateful to all who contributed.
the generosity of people, people who I know and don't know, it's actually overwhelming and exciting both. I could not be more happy with the generosity of people.
Thank you for everybody that donated to me on GoFundMe and out of their pocket.
Later tonight, the starters for the MLB All-Star Game in Cincinnati next week will be announced, and a former Bat may get snubbed. Reds third baseman Todd Frazier is second in the majors in homers with 25, but St. Louis's Matt Carpenter will likely win the fan vote.
It was exciting, to be honest with you. Just walking around town a little bit, people saying, hey, vote for him. I was at Target yesterday, and people were, cheering me on. Like, I don't know. It was just a lot of fun, a lot of support. Whether I get it or not, I'm very thankful, and I can't thank them enough. The fans here in Cincinnati and everybody else.
This afternoon, the Reds wrapped up their weekend series with Milwaukee. In the fifth, the Brew Crew's Gerardo Parra takes Carlos Contreras deep and out of here to right. Solo shot. Milwaukee wins 6-1, sweeping the series. That's sports. We'll be right back.
A lot of rain to talk about this week.
Yes, and maybe some strong thunderstorms. Sorry, I'm excited about that. All right, 90 degrees as we head into Monday. Thunderstorms will move in on Tuesday and Wednesday. I know you're hoping for some sunshine today to get out to the baby pool. Hopefully,
yes.
Hopefully tomorrow, if we get a chance to.
Not me in the baby pool, my son in the baby pool.
Well, there's nothing wrong with getting a baby pool. We all do it. Kendrick and I do it all the time.
Kendrick did it all the time. Have a good night.
Now, with Wave3.com and the Wave 3 News mobile app, you always have breaking news and breaking weather right where you are.